Good morning, traders out there. What's going on? Who's ready to get back into the action, guys? It's back into, of course, TTP Live. I'm ready to get trading, guys. And we have some stocks that are moving all around. Of course, I got a big list of trade ideas to talk about. We'll talk all about different themes and ideas that are in the market today. We'll take a look, of course, to the Sunrise Report to see what's moving. And did you guys catch the move in Google? Who was talking about that Google was looking prime yesterday? And I could see that 177. Now Google trading 185. Yes, I said that right, guys. Almost 10 points from that move yesterday. That was looking good. And it was interesting because the market was struggling. SPY was struggling. This just goes to show us, guys, that we really need to pay attention what's underneath the hood right now. It's what's called a stock picker's market. When it's a stock picker's market, things could be looking bad, but there's certain stocks that are just keep winning. Today, we'll talk about those stocks. Let's get right to the action. Kick things off. It's TTP Live. We're going right to the show. Let's do it, team. Google wants 200, baby. You ready to get back to the trading action?
You aim, you shoot, and make money.
It's going to be a great day. You guys know where you're at. Let's go, team. Sound that alarm. Let's get it going here. Good morning to you guys. Let's take a look what's going on out there. And it's a little bit of a battle out there. We'll be joined, of course, by my man Steve a little bit later today. And, of course, today I will be hopping at 10:30, but Tim will be here taking over. But look at the move in Google right now, guys, just taking off from this morning. And this is why I was even thinking about waking up at 4 and buying Google. And you can see it. It was at 177 at 4 a.m. That's why the early bird gets the worm, guys. If you guys weren't paying attention to the headlines yesterday, Google was already in the headlines for quantum computing. If you look on my Twitter, what will you see? You'll see me repost this Google interview, and I reposted this yesterday, and there was a reason why. I could clearly see that the momentum was going to shift and everyone was going to look at Google as a quantum player. Google's been a quantum player since pretty much 2016. So it doesn't mean like this is a new thing for Google, but it's just an iteration here, a new kind of quantum computing trying to push through. So look, they got a new computer that went and did a mathematical problem as fast as some supercomputers will do it. And it would take those supercomputers the age of the universe, essentially, to do what this quantum computer was able to do in relatively quick manner. So I think that this is important to take a look at, guys. It's something to really jump on. And one thing that I saw on Google Trends is that there's been a massive increase in search to try to understand quantum computing. Just the search volume alone tells me that this is a trend that's here to stay. So that's why you're seeing IonQ continue on and just push. We'll see how this one pushes today. This is finally starting to break the trend. We'll see if these can actually start to pull back. QMCO, another name, right, that did a massive move. Quantum Corp, they got a big move. And then, of course, we talked about QUBT. They got from $3. We talked about this one at 3 when it was breaking 3. This thing went all the way up there towards what, 8, 9, 20s as the highs. Wow. Big breakout there, of course. We'll continue to watch to see what happens in these quantum computing plays. But there's more plays to talk about here. We'll talk about some other plays, of course. We'll go into some of the top movers today. I tried to trade this QURE actually to the downside a little bit and was able to get out for a small little kind of like a neutral trade. But just to bring up a penny stock, this is definitely your top penny stock of the day, QURT. Did anyone trade it on the breakout? I wasn't able to get that breakout, but look when it was, 7 a.m. I'm telling you guys, there's a nice sweet spot between 6:30 and 7:30 for penny stocks. And then The second moves a lot of the times after 8 a.m. It happens often, guys. So 8 a.m. and 8:30 is another time that stocks start to get hot in the penny game. Between 7:30 and 8, for some reason, it has a tendency to be that pullback. Just giving you guys what I've been seeing lately. What's going on out there, team? How are we doing in the chat? It's good to see you guys. Good morning, Jim. Good morning out there. We're going to keep battling today, ready to get after this market. So many names to look at, right? And there's so many stories. What about Apple continuing the strength? And I talked about this yesterday. Could Apple stay green? It did stay green. And if anything, it rode to the high all day long. It just continued trending higher. This is what I'm seeing, guys. It's rotation out of NVIDIA and going towards the bigger names. Apple is going to Microsoft. It's going to Google. Look at Google ripping, man. This has been an absolute monster move there in Google. I hope somebody has that. And now look to see if Meta could come back. Yesterday was a red day for Meta. I'll look to see if it can continue, or maybe just hold this 9 EMA and just continue kind of going sideways with some sideways consolidation. Won't be a bad thing to see. Now, of course, NVIDIA is the name that I wouldn't want. And I'm starting to look to see if Amazon can just continue the recent breakout, right? Amazon is literally at all-time highs and could continue just lifting from here, right? It doesn't mean it's going to turn. And what was brought up with NVIDIA's quantum computing, and I got to bring up an image. So just give me a second, guys. You guys know I'm always trying to find you guys some gold. So that's what it's always about, man. So just give me a second here. I can go ahead and pull it up. I took an image there, and it was about talking about NVIDIA and the quantum computing players. So this came from kind of NVIDIA explaining, and what do they talk about? They talk about this was also with Amazon and the Amazon bracket with hybrid jobs. So Amazon is working with NVIDIA, and NVIDIA is also kind of working with some different kind of Amazon bracket. So the QPU hardwares that we need to be thinking about are some of these stocks that have been moving. IonQ, IQM, Rigetti, QEra. So this is very important, guys. You got to be looking for things like this in earnings reports. I'll bring up the picture in just a little bit. I'm going to send it to myself so I can bring it up here for you guys. But it's so important to catch moments like that, right? And so let me see if I can show you guys. So I don't think it's going to pick it up. I'll share it with, I'll send it to myself right now so I can show you guys it. But this is a very important thing. There's a nice trends that we're catching there. Now, of course, NVIDIA, really nice sales yesterday. We'll look to see if it breaks down a little bit further today. Now, of course, with the market going the way it is, it could actually hold. Now, I've always drawn this red line. And I talked about if it broke that red line, we'd be looking good to start seeing turnaround in NVIDIA, and we have. So at this point, it looks like a head and shoulders pattern to me. And then now we're approaching the neckline. So I'm going to actually delete this line and draw what I think is the neckline, right? So the neckline, of course, is going to be kind of like you're looking for head and shoulders. So this would be kind of your head pattern. This would be your shoulder patterns. And now you're looking to see if you can break the necklines. And if you can break the neckline, you can really start to break the trend. So the neckline isn't as bad as it normally is. It's usually hard to draw the neckline. I think it's clear as day right around here. So we can start to draw that. We're going to put this as a red line. We're going to make it a little bit thicker here. But that's what you want to see kind of holding below that if you're trying to short NVIDIA and bring it right back down. If you think this is going right back up, it needs to clear the gap right back towards 142 today. And today is an actual day where it could do it, right? Because the Qs are actually getting a little bit of a lift right now in the pre-market and starting to drive back, of course, with Apple, Google, just continuing to chug along. If Amazon could come back today, if Meta could come back today, and all these names end up green, it's almost hard to keep the market down. So that's one names that we can watch on upside action. And MU, you can include in that. Par, I'm with you, man. So we'll see what happens with that. We'll look to see if that starts to push towards the upside there. MU is a nice one to watch today. I agree. I've been watching this one off the bottom, and I think this is an awesome chart, Par, to keep an eye out. Why? Because we also got the kind of the bottoming effects here, right? I always talk about it, right? 1, 2, 3, and just recently we tried to break down through 100 and we rejected that. Then what happens? Buyers start to step in on this day, right? Then the volume starts to pull back. And what do you want to see it? Hold that 90 MA and volume increase into the next break. That's exactly what we're starting to see here. So this was a little bit of a short-term pattern, but it held it to the key and now starting to go higher with the MACD crossing over too. This is one of the top plays right now. Top play, right? Just based on indicator outlook. I like this one, Par. So, hey, MU, not a bad one to keep an eye out for. Would you rather trade NVIDIA or MU? So to the upside, MU 1000%. NVIDIA short side it's hard to play, right? But it could easily be a play right now towards like 132. Am I playing NVIDIA towards like, let's say 100? No. I would just play it on a short-term basis. But to tell you the truth, if I had to pick one of these to trade today, it'd be MU upside outlook. But what am I looking for? Well, it already broke out on the hourly, so I need to see it retrace to an hourly support prior resistance. It's going to be around this 104, 104.19. You could put it at just 104 to make it kind of clear as day. Right now, 106 resistance, 104 support. Let it come back into that area is what I'd be looking for, and then the rip higher. Now, if it does rip above the 106, you could start to use that 106 as support, and that could be your next level to look for on the pullbacks. So we'll see what happens there on MU. Will it just rip above the 106, or will it make a quick pullback out the gates? Back towards some support around here around the 104.30s, 104.19s into that area. I'd be looking for a nice little pullback, and that's a nice thing to look at also here on the daily. You can see how we went above towards the 106, a pullback towards this high yesterday. 104.50 is another area to watch for pullbacks. So 104.50s to 104 is an area that I'd be watching. So that's not bad levels. That's right into here. So I'm just going to draw a box. I'm going to draw this green. And if we come into this space, you guys can yell at me. I'll be looking to see if I can buy the dip in that area. All right, we'll see what happens on that one. Both have issues on the daily and 110. NVIDIA have the 50 and the 138 on the daily. I think MU has really good moving averages. So one thing that you look for, at least for me on moving averages, right, is that I'm looking for, of course, like the death cross and the crosses like that. So a lot of times you're looking at the yellow and the 200. The yellow moved over here below the 200 and broke it in a bearish way right here. And then it curved and started to make the move to come back right here. It tried to make a bullish move and failed it, right? Then it came back down. It tried to break the 200 right here, cross right back over. And now you have all moving averages right below it. That's usually when stocks get the best momentum, at least from what I've seen over time. Because when you have those moving averages, it was the same look here when this started to pop here. So at least moving averages wise, indicators wise, it looks good. We'll see what happens, right? All right, guys, let's keep going. We'll see what else is out there. Easier to trade than NVIDIA. Yeah, definitely on this one. No sound. Guys, are you guys getting sound? We need to make sure that we're getting sound today, guys, because it's been a little bit of some issues with YouTube today and live streams with audio. So let me know if we're having some audio issues. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let me know in the chat. Sound good. Okay, so at least somebody has me good. I can hear him well, said Future. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I'm not talking to myself. I love to hear that. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. All right, guys, let's get into the market. So, yeah, we'll be looking right now to see if this can, right now, like, you know how easily yesterday was like that red day? Today could be like that breakout type of day, at least from what I'm seeing in some of these. A good trade could also be to watch stock sell, because we haven't really gotten a breakout in stock sell in December. So this has kind of started to be a little bit like weary. Why? Because this tells me more and more how it's a stock picker's market. It's not all stocks that are moving up. It's just a few, right? And so I think that you can look at stock sell to see if it starts to reverse. I wouldn't really trade it because I'll be honest, guys, the leverage trades have been pretty tough for me. But we'll see what happens with this one. AI has pulled back massively, guys. It just did a blow off candle yesterday. Big push there to 50, back down to 38 today. We'll see if this one can bounce, but look at the breakout that happened after hours. This was a monster, and now it's right back down. So I think you got to keep an eye out. This could just rebound today at the open. Just calling a different play out there, guys. We'll see what other ones are trading up there. Of course, Google having an awesome day. Let's go to sectors and industries and see what's going on here. We can take a look there. Technology, of course, starting to go sideways, but solar's been hot as of late. Keep your eyes on some solar action, guys. What a strong day yesterday. Let's see how they end up. But first solar, it's looking like a little bit like it wants to turn around and go through the 205. SEDG had some news yesterday. They really got it going. So, I mean, these stocks are actually starting to look a little bit better. Another thing that can help these stocks is interest rates come down. When interest rates come down, they help these stocks overall. And I think that, you got to be thinking about how could maybe Trump play into this industry. That's the hardest thing, I think, to think about when I think about this industry. Let's take a look at some crypto names, guys, as Riot is getting a little bit of a lift off right now. And so I keep an eye out on this, guys, because these got hit hard yesterday, but that was mainly because Riot put out an offering and Bitcoin didn't go anywhere. But today, I don't know. CleanSpark looks a lot better to me. And it's made kind of like this really hard downside action. I think I'm looking for a quick move here out the gates to see if this really starts to get going. It's already getting going here. 20 seconds before the bell here, guys. Let's go, guys. Let's start trading. You guys let me know what stocks you guys are looking for. I'll keep talking about plays out there. Sorry we didn't get to all the plays today. There's so many to talk about. I'll try to do my best to talk about it during the show. Let's get trading, though. Focus on what you know, guys. Let's do it, traders. Time. Let's go, traders. All right, guys. Steve will be joining me in just a second here. CleanSpark pulling back right off the start. Palantir, one of my top watches today on the short side of things. But first, I'm looking for a pop to the hourly resistance, which is a 74, not a 72 cut down here. I feel like too many traders are looking for that one. So I wanted to squeeze some of the shorts and then shit on the bears. This is a play where you can stop both traders. The traders want to short 72. They probably just got caught on that pop. So I'm looking for a pop to catch some bulls like, oh yeah, we got this. And then the flush down. So you can see Palantir trying to make the move right back below the 72. That's also a flush down look. So I'm just waiting to see what happens here. If we could get the pushback, it did pull back to this resistance, which is a 15-minute. We'll see if it holds that one or goes to the hourly resistance, which is 74. Cutting through the 71s is a major outlook where you catch bulls, and you're catching bulls because yesterday, where did you close? You closed at 73, but you went to an 80.91. And remember, we talked about this yesterday, how Palantir would be a stock to look at. All right, guys. Mohit, you got some execution issues. Please, Mohit, reach out to customer service with those positions. What happened there? Explain it, Mohit. They will go ahead and fix that for you, my friend. Can't guarantee anything, of course. I'm not part of that side, but that's from what I heard is the best option to do there, Mohit, especially on a situation like that. Let's keep going, guys. Let's take a look around, see what else is moving out there. RKLB seems to be strong. All right, we'll take a look at that. You guys keep throwing up stocks that you guys see making a move. All right, alerts coming in here. Palantir. Look at that, guys. Look at the push that's happening in Palantir right now. You think it's squeezing the shorts? Oh, yeah, I think it is. I think this could go all the way to 74. So it's one of those where I could play it on the really quick play to the upside and then look for the short, but I'm just looking for the short. It just needs to start squeezing, get up here, and then I'm going to look for a takedown closer to like 10 a.m., really. We'll see if this pushes a little bit more. Of course, back through the 72 would be a level that I will put an alert on just in case I miss the move to the upside. I'm going to put an alert at 73.60s just to let me know if Palantir gets up there. All right, go to Google, guys. Look at Google. That's a nice red to green action there in Google. Look at Soxel pulling back, could start making a move to the upside here. Nvidia holding well right now. That's actually a good move there. I talked about it. But Apple with the pull down on the downside. Microsoft ripping though. Microsoft with a big rip up, guys. I've talked about how Microsoft and Google are making the strongest moves right now. And look at that. Microsoft trying to push here towards the 450s. It's at 447. We'll see if it can get up there to 450s. Nice move on Microsoft right out the gates here. If we look at what's green, only technology, everything else in the red out the gates here. So if you're looking at different names, I'd take a look at that. Disney is one play that I'm looking at for a potential short right now. I'm looking at the hourlies to see if we can get some hourly resistance test. Hourly resistance test would be up in this space, 115.26. I'd like to short over there. Let's see if it can get towards 115 at minimum, and then I can go ahead and short Disney. Palantir getting up there towards my levels there. I need to set some alerts for Disney, but we'll see what happens if it can get above that 115. All right, trying to stay with the plays that I'm looking at. Netflix, I'd like to see it go red again today. And that's another thing that could happen here that could help. But Netflix could still be green and Disney red. So I'm just watching for Disney to go red again. Disney already going red again. Rejected the 115 move right there at the 114.95. This is one that I'm really looking for a rejection today. Continued weakness in Disney. Q's right back up there, guys. Palantir getting a little bit of a lift there. Now it's Palantir almost to that 74 there, guys. So I'm getting ready here to short. I'm going to start with the 100 shares. Nothing big. All right, guys, taking a little bit there. I know I'm reaching a little bit, but I don't want to miss this if it goes red candle and just comes right back to 72. So I'm just getting a little bit there. Got to be careful, though. This is just a starter size that will let me at least play. It shouldn't really hurt me. Looking for this 74 pop to get a little bit more here. Putting out 74.20s right now. Just watching the action there. Nice rejection on that 74. Okay, adding a little bit here. SPY straight down out the gates, guys. SPY straight down out the gates. That's good for downside action to come in. Google's the strong name. Apple really weak out the gates. Microsoft really weak, really strong. Lulu weak. Google strong to 186. There's a big push now coming for that entry here for Palantir. Just added on Palantir a little bit. I'm trying to build up a position above the 74. I have right now 73.85, 300 shares. There's a big cut down. Now that looks a little bit better here. Got some alerts. Disney cutting down. Disney already rejecting that 114. Now looking like it wants to go lower. Disney looking good here for the short. Wouldn't mind getting a little piece of Disney. Let me see on the 15-minute. Yeah, I'm going to look for a little bounce to 114.50s here on Disney to get short. $100. All right, trying to get short Disney. We'll look to see if I get an entry there. Palantir still staying with it, guys. Still staying with it. Like that rejection in a second. I'm going to look for this candle to go red. And then from there, I'm going to start being break even when I get into the green. All right, now rejection on that 74. Let's see if we start to get this flush right back down. We got a rejection back towards above the 74s. So watching for the cut down back below the 74s to go with the ad. There's a cut down below the 74s. Let's see if it starts to wash now. There we go. Looking good. I want to add here at around the 74s. It's starting to cut down. There's the first action here. Now let's see if it starts to really kind of flush right back down here. Good action there. I'm towards 74. I'm going to put 74.11s out there with the ad. Looking to see if I can get some fill on just an attempted green candle back and then flush right back down here. There he goes. Now it's below there. We're going back to the green here. Looking a lot better. I think we'll get a 9 EMA test now. 73.60. All right, I'm looking around. SPY still weak, huge strong. Microsoft and Google are definitely names that are holding well. 15-minute resistance holding on Apple or on Alphabet, which is Google, of course. GOG. GOOG. All right, nice rejection there. Now we're getting that action here on Palantir. I'm going to go for the ad in just a second here. All right, going for the ad now. Boom, just went on the ad now. Now looking for this to start to cut down. I'm in the green here. So in a second, I'll be break even on this, and I could get back in if I need to. First action to the 60s, looking good here. Let's see if we can start getting back to the VWAP. At VWAP, I can take some profit. Looking good. It's coming back on me. Might just cut out here. Nice rejection there. Now I needed to cut the 9 EMA instead of cutting back to the 74. Taking a big shot here. 400 shares. Palantir. Don't want to push too much, right? Just going to give it a chance here if it does start to come back on me. About $80 in risk right now. Nice rejection there. Qs ripping to the upside, guys. That might ruin this trade here. I'm looking at the Qs are going up, SPY down. So it's just technology that's in the green there. Everything else in the red, at least from what I'm seeing. Palantir squeezing a little bit above that 74 there for me. Definitely the risk starting to get a little bit heavier now. Can't let it go through the high of the day now. Nice rejection back to the 74. I'm going to go ahead and set the risk here. It's going to be about 240s, which is a pretty good risk, but that's through the high of the day. Getting a little squeeze here. Trying to squeeze me out in this Palantir. It's holding the 9 EMA, which is not a good sign there for me. There's a squeeze on there. Squeezing on Palantir. All right, guys, I just put a stop right at the high there. That's 357. Definitely a higher risk on this trade. If I get back into the green, I'll lower the stop to break even. But definitely had to put it right at the top of that. We'll see if it goes right back to me and stops me out here. Taking a shot, guys. That's what you got to do. How did Disney, no entry on Disney? Yeah, no entry on Disney. Yeah, no bounce there enough to get in on Disney yet. Qs overall pushing 524s. Best stock in the Qs right now. Tesla, Warner Brothers doing well. NVIDIA pushing strong, guys. Look at the breakout in NVIDIA. So you're just getting that reversal kind of move there. Let's see if Palantir can reject this now. Looks like I'm about to get the squeeze out. Right back down in Palantir. Let's see if it can get back through the 74s. That's really where I needed to get back through. Watching Palantir like a hawk right now. NVIDIA is starting to pull back there. That's good there. Let's see if Palantir can start to pull back now. Really trying to see this kind of 74.50s hold right there and start to get back to the VWAP. It's a big 15-minute candle, but it's a wick there. It's a test there. Q's still strong. Q's strong. SPY starting to catch a little bit of a bounce there. Big boys holding it up for sure. Should start seeing that a MACD crossover here. That's going to be one way that I could look at it. Wouldn't want to see this expand away. Would want to see the cross come in. What's up out there, guys? How we doing? GME? Whew. You should have shorted MU. What's up out there, guys? Just checking in. Up already 500 in the pre-market on my new 160 eval. Don't want to overstay my welcome. Love to hear it, George. Love to hear it, man. I think I'm in the same. I have the super buying one. I'm up 557. Let's keep playing smart, my friend. Let's try our best to keep playing smart. I wish you the best of luck, George. And if you want to come on and trade here sometime, hey, you're more than welcome, my friend. Just took some profits from longs on Tesla, Palo Alto, and Palantir. Good job, Dean. Good job, my friend. All right, guys, this is the test right here. It's gonna get me in or out right here. This could get me out right here. Palantir is holding well still. Strength coming back into Palantir here. Could go and break out. And rejection. All right, that's a decent rejection there. Now 1, 2, 3 highs, right? We talk about the rule of 3. Up 1, down 1, up 2, down 2. Kind of building this out, right? We could still do an up 3 here. I'm looking for when we come back into this space, what happens? We come back into that 70 through 73.70 space. What happens there? So this is a play on the hourly. So you see how the hourly comes back, right? So I'd like to see it stay the bar underneath this high, the 74.45. All right, first action back towards the 74.20s here that I get an opportunity. So what I'm going to do here is essentially, here it goes, 74.10, 74.05s here. And right back into the 20s here. Let's see if it goes to the 74 on Palantir. So you see how it's holding that 9. We don't want it to hold that 9. We want it to break, at least for me. So you see I'm getting that crossover. That's what I was looking to see if I'd get it. Now I'd want to see this cross into the yellow. Cross the light blue, cross into yellow. All right, at this point, I can control the risk back above, let's say 74.40s. I can just get out and keep it to a manageable risk. You could still get the up 3, so I'm still careful about that. All right, guys, I'm going to de-risk here just because I can feel like Palantir can come up a little bit and then come down. So instead of like having all the risk out there, I'm taking $87 hit right now just to keep myself into Palantir right here, because I can always add that share size right back through the entrance price. through the entry price, which is at 73.80s. If we really start to flush on the 74s, but back up at 74.50s, it puts too much pressure on me with those extra shares. Dean saying he's going long on NVIDIA. Keep getting it, guys. Focus on those trades. Like always, you don't trade what I say. You trade what you want to trade and how you can get after it, man. I wish you guys the best of luck. Steve, what's up out there, man? I think I see Steve in the back. I think his camera's not working or something. I don't know what's going on there. Let me see what's going on with my man Steve. I'm going to send him a message. All right. Looks like Steve is going to join us, guys. He's going to be audio only, but he's in the background here. So if you guys hear another voice, it's not me. That's the calming voice of Steve. What's up? What's up, man? How we doing, Steve?
Oh, what's up, brother? Good to see you. How you doing?
Hey, here to calm me down, my friend. Thank you. I needed this.
I'm liking this trade, dude. I've been watching the Palantir sagas. Good management. I'm in.
Yeah, you know, one of the things is, you know, I didn't want to play hero there, so I said, you know what, cut that sizing. Let's stay in this trade because I like the trade. This is one of those like pre-market determined trades, looking for the hourly pop and fade, right? Mm-hmm. It's a known strategy because what happens is everyone came in bearish this morning. At least some of the bears, the ones that wanted the short Palantir, they were coming in really quickly. Probably got their shorts ripped off, right out the gates. Now I'm looking to see if it actually goes and plays below the opening price. That's the major thing to look at today. If it ever cuts that opening price, that's going to be the big level where things can really flush down.
Yeah, I think you were dead on the big pop in the morning, and I think that, I mean, these are some of my favorite setups because when you're getting in up here, if it does flip into a red day, you have so much cushion on that already, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, I think these are some of the trades that I've done the best at because you're more patient and waiting for a stock to come to you.
Right. Absolutely.
Versus you're chasing. And you guys heard me right out the gates. I was like, I could go for a quick long here and then the short, but that's just playing it too. Like, I'm not that quick of a trader, guys.
Right. And
how you know what I mean? Like,
how bad does it feel to be stalking that short? And you're like, well, I'll just take a few points on the upside. And then, you know, stuff happens. Yeah, you miss your exit and all of a sudden you're getting skinned by the trade that you were waiting for, you know?
Yeah, and what do I got to avoid here is a 9 EMA recovery, right? Because if the 9 EMA recovery comes in, I can always get out, take a smaller hit, and look to get in. Remember, like yesterday, guys, I took like 4, 5, 6 haircuts and then made my money. That's how it's going to be a lot of the times in trading, especially if you're looking for that kind of momentum move, right? So a lot of times when we're looking for momentum, what is it? The momentum's going against us, and then it goes for us.
Absolutely. I'm just taking a look at Bookmap here, and I'm watching the 60-60 level. It's a pretty substantial level. I'm not seeing a ton of liquidity below that, but that's kind of the level that I'm thinking is make or break for the day here.
Yeah, I'm now starting to see this come back now, right? And what is our opening price, right? Let's take a look at that. Opening price is 72.31. So that's ways down, right? Ways down there. So we'll see if we can get back to that spot. I'll put kind of a bar there so we can keep watch on that. That's the big level. That's where like Palantir starts to go red on the day, right? Is this green candle going to 76? Or are we going red candle to the 9 EMA? That's what I'd be looking at. That's what I'm targeting, the 70.98. Of course, a lot of this also depends on the market. Look at the Qs right now. They're pulling back fast. SPY is very red here. VIX is looking good, like opportunities, but I'm leaving the VIX alone. She's been dead to me now. She's been costing me some cash and just easy money. So the big thing there, the spread has been getting me too much. So I told myself to leave off of it. Here's a little pop with Palantir. Let's see if this is the last pop here. And the big thing is it's holding a kind of a bullish move. So I don't want this to kind of recover the 9 and hold here. So I'm just watching it here to get out if I need to. So there's the candle where it tried to recover the 9 and it closes above it, right? So this is the candle where it shouldn't break above the candle's high to the left, right? So I'm just watching that level now.
Yeah, I'm taking a look around the indices here. I'm thinking if this 60-60 can't hold, we could slide pretty good on SPY here.
Yeah, the SPY was ugly open today, and then that was a classic like rejection right on the pop. So
yeah, not what you like to see.
It's crazy though, right? With Microsoft and Google having that type of open, because that was a pop on those two names.
Right. What's going on here? We got some cyclical action on the megas, it seems. You got either really strong names or just floundering. Not sure what to make of this strength in like Tesla and Google, honestly.
All right, stop set here. Could get hit for 100 here, and that's all right. I'm just going to set it now at this point, right? Because this is where it can get hot and starts to go for a breakout again. And it's okay, because if it gets me out, that's fine. It gets me out there. Now I'm going to just wait for the 73, 72 breakdown. If it comes back through that level, I'll be ready to get short. Longs, what will they be looking for? They'll be looking for that high of the day breakout, 74.69. So that's the next layer that I'd be looking for to break back to the upside. Maybe it does a blow off top to 75, right? So that's what I'm just looking for now. When it comes back into this space, can I get re-shorted, right? I just didn't. A big part of that also is, like I mentioned, this is that third kind of high there. Now you're really creating that attempted breakout that's failing. So back down through the 74s, through the same level, I could get right back in.
Yeah, definitely got that head and shoulders curl top look to it there. Couldn't push a new high. And
ooh, Disney coming back. Those are two names that I like, guys. Those are two names that I like.
Man, Disney has so much room to the downside if it can lose this.
Yeah. Come and get me 114.50s. I'm sitting out there. Might have to step up in Disney. Come and get me. Come get me. Go to the 55, see if it get 50 on the offer, and then I'll jump onto it. So sometimes, like if you're feeling like you're trying to get in and the stock feels like it's not coming to you guys, one thing you can do is put your order away on the limit, right? Let the order kind of sit somewhere where you think it's not going to hit. And then as the momentum slows down, you come in and you hammer the bid. That's how I like to do it sometimes. Because if it pops and fills me, well, I won't be mad. I'm getting a better fill here, right? So I can kind of show you guys this as I do it on Disney here. I'll pull it up right there. So you see it right there. You see how I had it right now at 55. I just pulled it to 60 just because it hit 50, right? So the next level is usually one step up where I see the level 2 here, 114.54. You see like the bigger bar there. So that's where it could go. You see how it went right there? The offer went right to 154s. That's an important level. So I'm just literally giving it the chance to pop a little bit more and give me a little bit better fill, right? If not, I can go and then just bid down and then start getting in the name, right? So waiting for it to go red candle. If not, trying to get in on the pop. Q is still pretty red there, guys. So I'm going to go focus in because I also got to keep watch on Palantir, right? Oof, look how Palantir goes really quickly right back there. So I got to keep a watch on it.
So I'm seeing some liquidity being laddered on below on Bookmap. Down, there's the big level at 60.60. Now they're adding to 60.56. A little bit
Google going back. It could go red here, guys.
Man, that's a rough look on Qs. Failed breakout there.
It makes me want to play the up move, to tell you the truth. Because when I usually play these, I usually play this look on a down move, and I get ripped. So you know what I mean? It's kind of like the opposite.
Yeah.
I always short these moves, so I'm like, yeah, maybe the longs play here. But we'll see what happens.
Maybe the first move is a little risky, but maybe it pushes down and then we get a back test on that low a day area there. Might be a safer spot.
This is a crazy name, QURE. Have you seen this bad boy? This is a monster today.
Yo, that's a
couple
big move.
Highs on the 15 minutes. So look to see if it goes back to that $16 or $15 and holds 15 right here with a big move back. Could be the breakout. So just be careful on shorting a name like that. I'd be careful at shorting at 15 there because it can go really quickly to 16. I don't know. That one's a hard one. I'll tell you that. All right, Disney. Come on, Disney. Ooh, Disney's running away from me. Trying to get filled here at 114.40s.
On QURE, it looks like it could definitely have room up to 18. That's the first place I'd be looking to short it, honestly.
All right, had to chase Disney there, guys. Had to chase it a little bit. Got 114.33s. Willing to add here back at the resistance also. So we'll see if it starts to go, but the Qs are starting to go. I'm watching Palantir. It could break here. Palantir still trapping between 74.50s and 73.80s here. So I'm just watching that 73.80s like a hawk. I have alerts to let me know there. The Qs are trying to hold this pullback. Big level to watch here, guys. Big level. Shorting AMD. I hear you guys out there. There's Disney going into the red. AMD is big red there. Nvidia is pulling back here. Wow. How's Apple? Apple's going to be a good sign, man. Apple coming back to green, and that tells me enough, guys. Google and Microsoft could hold the market up, man. And if Apple starts to join and Amazon joins, this could go right back up, man. So Qs, I'm leaning towards more the upside bet here. I don't play the Qs often, but I might just take a shot here, right here. It's about $1 up here from here. It's about 20 cents on the risk.
Yeah, got a nice bid, a held low of day. It is starting to look real good, honestly.
It was one of those where I had the hand on the trigger. Look, placed orders literally clicked, and all I need to do is let it go. But it like kind of moved without me there. Like it jumped 20 cents, and I hate that. Like I hate I was just about to get in, and now 20 cents higher. So I got to wait for the VWAP attempt or a pullback to like 523.75s.
No, good discipline though. It'll always come back. And
yeah, you have to be smart in certain moves like that because that's how you get, you really get caught.
Yeah, that little buffer that a patient trader has over a impatient jump right in trader, like that's a really big difference in terms of the games that they're able to play on the book. Like they can shake so many people out if you're not tight with it.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to be tight with this Disney, guys. It's either going to just continue to collapse or come back a little bit. So I'm only going to risk $15 on this first action. I still got 200 shares. So if it really breaks, I could still make some money. But just quick here, if I need to, back in. Trying to take haircuts and then get ready for that real attack on the short side. Especially for these names, because these are names that I was looking at. Currently shorting QURE, my man George, the one, the only, the myth, the legend. Jorge out there. QURD, MACD on the 1 minute cross down, waiting to see if it falls below VWAP. I love it. I love it, guys. Love the outlook there. I like this rejection here on the 1550. So I look a lot of the times for those rejections. Now you got 1, 2, 3, and you go to support. If support breaks, it can really break down here. So that's what I look for a lot of the times. Jorge, I feel like joining you, my friend, but I won't do it because like I tell Steve, I do that and I ruin too many traders. So I'll show you, Jorge, out of respect here. I'll stay off your play.
Yeah, watch that 14 level. That's my intermediate time frame support. If that can hold, then it could be part on. But I think it could cool off to 11.25 here.
So this is that real support area. Like I mentioned, you could go right to support off of that 1550 attempt. Now you're there. Now I wouldn't want to see it above 1550, and I'd like to see it head like Jorge is saying right here to the VWAP. That's the move here. Because then you start to do what? Come back to opening price. Opening price, guys, very important to start learning more and more about that opening price, especially also on these penny stocks, right? So another penny stock monster move today, JUNS. Holy moly, this thing just halted up, guys. Big move in the same space. I'm also seeing CDIO in that space, but seeing some big moves here. CMRX, another biotech, really ripping. So there's some biotechs out there that are strong.
Was there news or something related to biotech?
I don't know, man. Sometimes it's not news. Sometimes it's the space, right? And so that's what I would look at. A lot of times I don't ask myself if it's a stock, because stocks don't move other names. Stocks move one name, right? Industries moves are going to be what I'd be looking at. So I'd go healthcare, I go biotechs, and I'd see if there's a theme in the top movers. So you just see it's just diagnostic stocks. You got this QURE. I don't know exactly what QURD does, but it's just some biotechs that are moving, and these are the ones that are taking the lift. And is it the big boys? That's another thing you'd look at, and it's not the big boys. You see how VRTX is down, REGN is down, BNTX down. So it's not the big boys, Moderna down. It's the small caps there.
Yeah, I'm just looking up QURE, and it looks like it's gene therapy. Similar names are SGMO and IONS, which I know have been very hot recently, so they're very active recently. Interesting sectors to keep a watch on there, subsectors. SGMO is setting up really interestingly on the daily, actually. It's getting really tight. Right into that 2 level. That's one to watch.
All right, Palantir staying strong. Palantir staying strong, guys. NVIDIA starting to pull back there. Q's going for the high move, and this could be that move right back up like I talked about on the Q's. I had the trade there, right? It was there, guys. The dollar was there. So, you know what I mean? It's sometimes, you think about it too much. I was thinking about it there at the 5280s, 523.80s, and look where it's at right now. So Apple, one to watch as it's right at VWAP, looking to reject VWAP here. So that's one that I'd keep an eye out to see if we go red. But look at the move on Microsoft, right back to the highs. Google, right on the VWAP right now. So if the Qs can break the high here, maybe Google can go right back to 188. I mean, it's a big move already on Google. That's one thing I will say. It's trying to hold the 1 hour pullback on the 185. If not, that 185 could break back towards 184.
Whoever is shorting AMD, I agree with you. 124 looks like the next place that I would look to take some profit off. I think that if you're swing trading, I think that it goes for that sweep of the low of the range at 121 or 122. Looks very weak to me.
Jorge, I won't do it to you, my friend. He said, jump in with me, Mr. Money. No, man, I'm telling you, I am like an omen on this one, dude. If I jump in there, I will ruin it for you. Did I like the trade? Oh, I like the trade, my friend.
Yeah, he's getting it there. So this is that
exactly
the trigger.
Yeah, exactly what you're looking for. Now, I'd look at that 1375. That's going to be your opening price. And can you break that? If you can break that, you wash all the bulls that came in at the open. So, like, let's say if you took any position from 930 on, you're in the red, essentially. That's why the opening price is so important, right? If you went long, there's no way you can be green at that moment.
And
unless you got it in pre-market, right? But that's a whole other game.
I was just going to say, on these momentum plays, it's so key to have the majority of the participants in the green, because if you're in a momentum play and you start to go red, you cut bait and get out of there, right? Because it can turn on you so fast.
All right, watching the action out there, guys. I'm just keeping an eye on Disney, Palantir. I'm keeping an eye on a couple of names out there, guys. Market still holding well here, guys. That could be the break to the upside here. So I'm watching the Qs as the SPY also comes right back to the upside. Do we get a rejection here and a double top? It's going to be important to look at here, but definitely a nice move to the upside. NVIDIA could go right back up, and it's holding the 9 EMA. That's one thing to note there. Looking around to see what else is making a move here. Let's see if any other sector can get into the green, because they were all red this morning, right? Remember when I talked about it out the gates, how there's technology was the only thing green from the open. Now some cyclicals getting into the green. And if I look at just the last hour, you got communications and cyclicals at the top, and technology, utilities bouncing back a little bit, but that looks like a little bit just like a fade coming back there. And what's really red is some big healthcare names. Those are getting destroyed today, guys. What is that trade? That's that Trump administration trade, right? It's definitely taking the hit. Look at Lilly. That looks like a crazy daily short setup.
Oh wow.
Doesn't that look like a crazy setup there?
Yeah, it looks like you see those small body candles ratcheting up, and then it goes into the fake blow off there where it tries to, you know, spike up with those wicks. That looks like a failed squeeze setup there to me. Those can really ramp to the downside.
Love to hear this. Love to hear it. Jorge said, I'm out. I'll take the money and run, trying to build the cushion. So important. So important to build the cushion, man. It just eases your mind. It eases the way you play things. And like always, like you said, I'm just going to get out. I did great today. Pat on the back, my friend. Pat on the back for you, Jorge. Keep it going, my friend. I talked about you today on Trader TV, Jorge. I gave you a shout out. So if you didn't catch my interview, go take a look at Trader TV. 8:45, 8:48. That's around the time that I came on. So go check it out. I gave you a shout out. I said you could win the Corvette, the Stingray, with that type of money. So,
you know, I'm liking what I'm seeing here on Bookmap. We've got this this band
strong,
here at 60.
bullish reversal, man.
Yeah.
What did I say about the Qs, man? What did I tell you about the Qs, my friend? That was a setup. I like the short. I should go long that puppy, baby.
Oh man, every time, huh?
Oh man, it was a beauty. It was a beauty. I'm telling you. And I talked about it early, right? Apple, Google, if Google, like those types of names can stay strong, man, they can lift the market, right? Mm-hmm. So stock pickers market. Here's Disney coming for the move. Now I'm going for it on Disney. All right, just shorted some on Disney. Got short on Disney, guys. Short on Disney. Trying to see this 114.50 reject here. Want to see it come right back down to the 114. Palantir starting to reject finally. I think just did a rip to the upside. That's why you get out and willing to get back in, man.
Man, what a crazy stock, Palantir. I played it like 25 to 40 and I felt like a rock star, and I took my eyes off it for 1 second and it's at 70. What a crazy stock.
That's some hard red candle there. Watching Disney, she's moving back and forth. All right. When you catch yourself making a mistake, so you say out. You got see what happened there, guys. Look what I did on Disney. Buy on Disney instead of a sell. No bueno. Spy trying to break out here. I'm going to give it a chance to see what happens here. Spy's trying to get above the pre-market high.
Yeah, 3 points higher than this on ES. There's a bigger level at 60.75. If it can pop that, I think it's off to the races. Looks like it wants to ramp.
Palantir starting to drop, guys. I like it now. It's just more I'm waiting for the bounce to come in here. It might not bounce. That's the problem with a name like this. When it reverses, it might not. Like, it might not give chances for the longs to try to get out. It might just bid action there. Spy coming right back down there. Disney did, though, jump. So, glad I got out of that in time.
Yeah, 6072 did reject. I think it probably needs to go reload at VWAP before it makes a decision.
Right. Gonna go for it on Disney here. Not going too crazy, just trying to keep it simple. Holding off the 114.80s, back down below VWAP on Disney. I will be adding, looking at Palantir for a bounce here. Trying to see if the SPY can just kind of push right back down and just completely catch some bulls here. Move back above that 605.50s, of course, is what the bulls are looking for. That pre-market high here, back through that 604.40s. But it's definitely back and forth a little bit. You can see it here on the 5-minute, but what do I see here? It's a lot of resistance and wick past this 605. So I'm looking to see if we can just come right back down to the 604.50s. And if we come back into this area, we could break it on the third time down there. There's Palantir now really kind of getting that flush and didn't give you the bounce there. It did the flush through to 75. I was looking at 75s, but it's just too far away to kind of jump on that right now. So I'm just watching it here, see how much it can go down. But yeah, it's starting to turn on the momentum. Look at the MACD. That definitely was a quick turn. Looking for a little bounce here and then the flush. How's Google? Is that finally getting the bounce? It did bounce a little bit there. Apple just hanging out there. Will Apple go red? Microsoft holding well.
Yeah, Google's still game on as long as it's over 185 there. Nice rise in support. Volume profile looks really nice.
AMD back at VWAP. This is the third VWAP test for AMD, so a big level to watch here now.
Oh, wow, it caught. Huh. I'm surprised.
There's Disney. Disney looking a lot better now.
One trade to keep an eye on, it's more of a swing, but I'm watching IWM. It's going to probably have to come down to 235, but I think that's pretty strong support. There's a lot of potential for a nice push up to 250 by maybe year end.
Is there leverage Palantirs? Ooh, juicy. PTIR. PTIR. This is the leverage to the upside.
P-tier. Man, imagine holding that.
That's been a ride, baby. That's a ride.
Yo, Mitch, is my mic coming in here?
Yeah, man.
Okay, just making sure. I was not seeing it.
You're good.
Yeah, how about that though? We should have all just be chilling in P tier. Just don't have to do anything.
There's Disney, guys. Disney not even giving me the limit fill on the ad. Looking for the ad there. SPY coming back to the upside here, so I might get a chance to get that ad.
Yeah, if anybody is into biotech small cap swings, I think SGMO, a lot of potential here. Real safe entry right at $2. Can define your risk under 190 or so.
QMCO going into the green today, guys. So quantum definitely the play right now. Palantir dropping fast. Q's looking a little bit toppy here. Little slow down. Looking at Microsoft to see if it just keeps chugging along. Because if Microsoft keeps chugging, I think Google can do it too. Google's putting in like a little 1 minute head and shoulders, but I'm going to be too concerned about that too much. That is also kind of a little not as strong as the other names here.
Yeah, we just cleared out that that bookmap liquidity at 60.72. So as long as it doesn't hard reject here, holds the 60.66 VWAP, I think that it's just gearing up for taking that 60.75 level. And then there's liquidity up to 60.80, a little bit up to 60.85, and that's probably our range of the day.
think we're done on the day for Disney to kind of come right back up here. I'm going to go for it now. Trying to get one more ad here in Disney here. Let's see if I can get it. SPY trying to make an up move here. We'll keep watching that. I think that's a big watch. Those the Qs, and watch how Microsoft tries to attempt the highs right now. Trying to break through the high.
This looks textbook uppies to me. We swept the level, and now they're putting on liquidity below. It's referred to as a book flip. So ideally, this level shouldn't get crossed back down to the downside. That's 60.70. I'm sorry.
All good, my friend. All right, now Disney starting to come back down here. Even though the market's coming up here. I'm going for you, Disney. Disney! I think there's mouses in the house of mouse. Somebody say there's a mouse. All right, guys, let's see if this hourly now can break this 114.20s. Big level to look for, and then a takedown through that 114 is what I'm looking for. Look at that, up 92 now, and that's why it's important to kind of be able to get out, get back in on names. This is where I struggle a lot of the times, where I definitely need to be able to do it more often. Interesting here for me. Interesting indeed. Rejection of the 90 MA could be very important here. So just watching the action there. There it is. There's a nice flush. I'm going to take a little bit here, guys. Starter there on Palantir. 74.36, willing to add on bounces, but just want to get a little piece up here and then add into the move if it really just starts to tank. You know what I mean? So now it's all about watching the 90 MA for me, that light blue line that you see on my chart. First action looking good here on Palantir. Now it starts to come down here, and a little bit towards the VWAP, I can start to add into this. And then what I do is I'm going to just break even on the stops as I add, and then just keep looking to see if I get flushes, right? Now the Q's pulling back is a good sign for me. Let's see if the SPY could come back, because the SPY is still pretty up there.
Yeah, that 60.75 is just make or break for sure. I think that, I don't know, usually the first touch of these big levels isn't enough to pop through, so this might be a day to practice patience. That's what I would say.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's this head cold or what, but there's not been a single thing that I wanted to trade today, honestly.
That's okay. You know, one thing I always talk about is when you're not feeling up to par, why are you trying to take trades?
Right. No, it's good to know your own limits, and you can't always be trading on your A level, you know?
No, and it could be a day to watch. We don't get too many days to watch as traders, right? And that's another thing that I tell you guys, traders, any of you guys out there, if you're ever feeling like you're struggling, I always like to give like these little tips, right? These little like bits, right? So here's a tip right here, guys. So if you're ever feeling like you're just struggling in trading and not seeing it right, executing and just doing it all wrong all over the place, you don't know where the market's heading, you don't know how setups are working, take a no trade day where you don't even have your broker open. You just look at the trading action, just looking at how things are working, not trying to make judgments on I would trade here, just make judgments on if the stock is bullish, bearish, and what patterns you are seeing. This is going to help you go ahead and hone in on what you're seeing versus what you're trying to make happen. Wish you the best of luck. Cheers.
Love it. Love it. No, absolutely, man.
All right, there's the cut down in Palantir. Now starting to cut down. I'm adding here, guys, and what I will do is just keep looking to kind of tighten down on the stop. If it comes back on me, all I do is I look to try to get back in with near that same sizing on the same level where it pops through. So, and now look at Disney. Disney really starting to come down here. Really starting to work on Disney. I can add about 50 shares there on Disney. But I'm just gonna let Disney work because where I am on the chart. I'll show you that in a second here. I have Disney on top of me here, so what the hell did I just do on Disney's chart? Disney. All right, whatever. I'll do it a different way. Disney. Gotta focus on Palantir. It's gonna try to come back on me. There it is. It tried to cut me out here. Now I'm going to use this to look for a little bit of a push back here and then actually get a bigger short at a better level. Just got in 100.
Ooh, hard rejection on Google there. I'm gonna watch and see if it can hold this 186.
Trying to see if we can come right back down through that 74.40s. I have 100 shares right now, so by keeping it at right there right now, I'm just looking to see if it comes back to red so that I can go ahead and hammer on. Disney, though, coming back a little bit on me, so I'm watching that action. The SPY and the Qs, though, did come down, so at least that's a good look. I could look to see if the SPY rips back above the highs as a warning sign for my trades.
Seems like they want to beat it back down another 5 points or so back to VWAP on SPY. A lot of overhead pressure coming in to defend that 60-75 level. That would be my inclination. Push down, then go up. Down 5, up 10.
All right, good look there on Palantir, guys. I'm going for it here. Now we're back to the 40s. I just added 100. Willing to add more if I start to see it drop here through the lows of the 1 minute. Good action there. Just added a little bit more. Now going to let it drop a little bit here through the 74 is a big level, and that's where I can take the next ad. All right, looking good here on Palantir, guys. And this is what I've been trying to work on more and more. You guys are seeing me trying to get in, out, trying to size up slowly versus like hammer down, hammer down. You know what I mean? There's Qs coming back, so that looks better for Palantir. Now the big level is going to be watching when we cut towards the VWAP. I don't even expect VWAP bounce so much. It's more at this level down here. So remember that rectangle that I drew. What happens when we get into that space? Because if we don't break that space, that's where I can see a real bounce kind of happening. Already getting a little bounce here in Palantir. Let's see if we can get through this. What do you want to see? 74.50s even break. Nice rejection here. Back through 74.30s. Could get me to add. All right, guys, I'm going to go for it here. Trying to see the candle go red. All right, guys, we're going to get Tim to join up in here. I'm going to go ahead and back to the charts here. All right, I'll do this chart for right now as we get Tim in here. Tim, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, guys. I'm going to let you guys take over here in just a second. Let me get Tim on there. There he is. What's up, Tim? How we doing?
Hey, doing all right. Still fighting this cold or whatever as well, but doing okay. I was, at least.
Palantir coming back
like
on me a little bit, guys.
Little step back on Bitcoin and Carvana, which I was actually surprised to see pushing all. But
good action
but
there.
Yeah, I was
Palantir. Looking to see if I can get it back down through the 74.30s. But yeah, man, it's I'm shorting your bad boy Disney right now. I'm sorry, my friend.
Yeah, no, I'm usually looking for a short on that guy. So see what,
it's a reversal kind of play, right? And so I kind of like it here. I might even add to it, guys. But I will let you guys know I do got to hop. I got an appointment that I got to make it to. It's 10:29, but I got Tim here and Steve. They will hang out with you guys. I'm going to put it on this screen here for you so that you can take over. Tim, if you want, go ahead and share your charts so I can get that up here in just a second. And then Steve will just be in the background. He's not doing his video right now, but you guys will still be able to hear him. I hope you guys enjoyed that awesome advice that we talked about just a little while ago. I really think it's important sometimes to take a day just to see the market versus trade the market. Big difference, right, Tim? Big difference. I know Tim's sometimes he's so busy with work, he has to watch the market, right? And so with that, he learns. He actually learns a lot more of what the market's actually doing versus when we're trading. When we're trading, we're not necessarily learning. We're doing the action. It's like this. It's like a sport, right? You practice, but once you're actually doing the thing, you're not really learning. You're actually doing it. So.
Yep. Yeah. Sometimes with all the things we've got going on, it's a little hard to actually watch or learn. But I think in principle the point is spot on. So, yeah, I'm looking at GME earnings. Emiola. But I haven't pulled the chart up here. I had to step away to just kind of get ready here to come on. But I am swinging a call.
GME.
Yeah, I'm swinging a call off. I am swinging a call option. And apologies, guys. I am fighting still fighting Myco something. I don't know, it's a sciencey word, but I am still fighting that from.
All right, guys, I'm out of here, guys. Take care. All right, Tim, if you want, get your chart up. I'll set you up.
Okay, yeah, I can pop it in. I'm still working on the sharing there. Cool. Hey, Steve, are you actually able to? Are you able to share a chart screen? Mine is
sure.
Being wonky. It's actually more Mumu has started. That's fine. I'll share something else.
Here we go.
Restarting. Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So, yeah, strange day so far. I've been kind of zoomed. What I have been doing has been zoomed in, I would say. Well, of course, that's what I can share. I can just share my actual trade the pool. And yeah, we've had a couple reversals today. Speaking of those, so
yeah, big old basing day, up and down and up and down and up. Where are we going?
Where we stop, nobody knows. All
right. This is a day where I just.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm just gonna say it was a day that I'm not kicking myself over not trading. Just all these reversals, no clean moves. I mean, they're clean enough, but. I'm not in scalp mode, you know.
Yeah. I was in a so let me see. I have unfortunately got to do this to get my screen sharing in its normal setup. So this will be need to start my virtual screen driver again. So we'll see how well my system can.
While you do that, I will do a little thing on Bookmap here because I think it's important.
Nice. We like Bookmap here.
Yeah, I hear you have some sort of business relationship with them, right?
Yep. Yeah, that's one of the options I believe you can get if you when you first sign up, you get your choice of a booster, and then you can try out one of the I think 4 or 5 services at this point for a month.
Okay,
For free.
very cool.
And then, of course, you can sign up. And Trade Ideas is one that we have also. Trade Ideas, you can actually, if you are a funded trader, then you can actually just keep using that. They've got a subscription included, so exciting.
Tim, you mind popping it onto my screen here?
Oh, yes. Sorry. As I said, I'm a little behind. Yes, Orhe. Is it Orhe or George? Anyway, no, it is a dinosaur lamp, and then there is a Rockstar. It was from a gas station, actually. I'll post it I'll tweet it or something. And put it in our Discord. I was dressed as a Rockstar can for Halloween one year. Turned out that office, no one else in that office really did the costume thing, so. But I wore that around the office all day. Anyway, go ahead, Steve. You can show us some actual market talk, and we'll return to the.
You're a rock star. That's what counts. So what I just wanted to walk through here on Bookmap, something that's really key here. So we have these big. Let's see. Can I do this? Oh, that's unfortunate. You can't see the highlight of my cursor. Anyways, we have this big red bar here at 60.75. This is going to be the target. What we were seeing here earlier, this was the previous high of day, and as you can see, it kind of popped it, and then they put this big layer down here, right under the VWAP, this purple line. And as you can see, basically as soon as they put this on, the price started to move below it. And what you can look at this is like, price always wants to take these levels out, but it has to kind of build momentum to do so. So it wanted to take this out when it was down here, it ran up, but then it kind of stalled out, and they started putting more on top here, and it kind of weighed it down. And then now they put a new magnet below, and it just flushed out there. But then what happened? They took it right off, and now we're just ripping back up to this magnet here. So I just thought it was a good example because it's really, really clean. Often it's not quite this clean, but this is a really, really useful way to use Bookmap. This would give you really nice entries if you were waiting to go long, and you just waited for it to come back down to VWAP here, and then you saw it coming down, and you saw this liquidity get pulled off. It would be a very safe entry to go long there.
Cool. Yeah, unfortunately, in my own state, I'm trying desperately not to actually cough myself.
Sorry, I'm I'm doing my best.
No. I'm saying trust me, I understand today. Yeah, I'm trying to follow that because it sounds super good. But one of the things I'm always trying to get a little more sense of is you can see my you can see me getting blown out here, BTFO'd, right? Yeah, one of the things I'm always trying to get a handle on is gamma ramps and magnets and walls and things like that, because that's it seems like that plays a big factor in things. And I'm pretty good with the Greeks, but in terms of their the impact on the flow and the bias that puts in the market, that's always a little tougher for me to figure out.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's it's hard because it's kind of more abstract than a lot of other aspects of technical analysis. But in general, you can think for like gamma ramps, for example. Everything always wants to go path of least resistance, right? So if you see a ton of let's say, for example, Rivian a couple days ago was trading about 12.15 or something, and I saw all these 13 strike calls come in, and price just magically started eating up, because it was like it's a very it's very much a path of least resistance kind of thing. Of course, my actual explain brain here is not I'm not.
Yeah, and just
I'm
real
not
quick,
able to articulate very well.
I have my here we go. I just saw that. There we go. Yeah, it looks like Dave and Busters here might be getting ready to go. We see it just holding under this EMA here. We see it looks like the volume is steadily on the buys here. And when I go back, let me zoom this out to like.
What's the ticker?
Here.
I'm blind.
Play.
Play. Okay, that's fun.
Yeah, it's a good ticker. I love a good ticker. So this, oh, you know what though? On the Renko, this looks like your favorite. It looks like a cup and handle here, inverted cup and handle. So I don't know, but we don't care about the larger move because we're not going to hold overnight through earnings anyway. But we do like I'm doing larger sizes today, which I actually should. Hasn't worked out so far, and being sick, I should. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Watch this be the one that just launches from here, right? Like,
well, all gamblers stop one play before they make it big, you know.
Yeah, it's like that meme, right? The guy tunneling, right? And the two rows of guys, they're mining or whatever. And the one guy stops right before he hits the diamonds.
Yeah, exactly. It's just the laws of the universe, my friend. What can you do?
Yeah. Hey, question. Here's an idea. Here's a question. And yeah, if anyone has ideas on this, go ahead and chime in the comments. So yeah, I'm curious with this thing going around. It's actually like everybody I know has been getting it. Some mycobacterium. It's like walking pneumonia, apparently. And it apparently, by the way, folks, if you have like weird, apparently go get checked. You might need antibiotics because it's like, it doesn't present as like normal pneumonia, apparently. But I'm curious, is there any play we can do on this? Is there anything in the healthcare space or something like that? I guess insurers,
yes.
But obviously insurers have been somewhat roiled by recent events. Anyway.
Yes, there is. I'm looking it up right now.
And did you guys look at was it Cumberland today? I was surprised that they had such a bump off of their Tylenol poisoning antidote there, but
it's called Synexus. That's the antifungal drug. SCYN, I believe. Let me pull it up.
Okay. Now, what do these guys have going on? And let me pull in my Biofarm Catalyst here so I can get a little deep dive into these guys. Now, this is antifungal though. That's a different thing, right? Or what's
it's SCYX. Yeah, this is antifungal. What did you say? Weren't you saying myco something?
Yeah, it's some bacterium.
Huh.
Mycoplasma.
Myco sounds like a fungus.
It does. It does sound like a fungus. Are we getting anything? The comments are like either the comments are dead or kind of faded. So I'm gonna pull up GME. I do have the GME call that I'm swinging. Mentioned. It's pretty far out of the money, but there's no way I'm like dumping actual like significant premium into this. And if it takes off, it takes off. So I've got a 39 call for Friday, which is basically need to double. And
yeah, I think as long as it's holding 27, it's still in bullish territory. It's just kind of binary, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what
this is what I love, which is when we have on this Renko chart here again. I don't know when I drew these, but you can see here it's still kind of holding these levels pretty closely. So we're in the we just came back down here a little bit, but we're still kind of in this range here. Let me pop this open. So I love the Renko charts. I've actually done an experiment where I was actually just day trading with Renko exclusively. And actually I'll set that up in my trade the pool thing, because that helps filter out some of the in the moment things. It's almost the opposite of when you get the the volume candles and it shows the sudden kind of impulse move where it's price only, but it removes the focus on little fluctuations unless they actually make a significant move in the price. So I guess there's just this diagonal we had here. If we can come up and reclaim it, I don't know. the energy feels bullish to me. That's all I've got on this one. Unfortunately, I've been heads down on some stuff, and then
sometimes you just gotta vibe check it. It's got a good aura.
Yeah, and really at the end of the day, too, the more that we think we have a clever strategy, like regardless of how you get into the trade, it's often about managing the trade. So
True.
that's something to be aware of. Emiola, are you playing GME's earnings today? How about you share with us?
To me, I feel like it could theoretically be ready for a push up to 34-ish, but it's just so hard to tell because like when it goes, it's just complete chaos, just moon mission stuff.
Yep.
So it can very easily overshoot bullish targets, which is why I've had shares since I mean, originally I had them at like 17 or something, and then obviously I sold when it went crazy, and then I just rebought them I think at 22 or something.
Here we go. And in fact, here's a couple of these overshoots. I think if we draw based on these, now you can see it came down a little into the this first 23 fib area, and now it's so if it can't hold here, right, that's not a good sign. This is an hourly, but it's also just kind of basing under here, I would say. And of course, if it goes, then we've got and in fact, actually, here's that. Look at this. Look at where this 161 line goes, exactly to $39. So there we go. We're gonna get the IV crush, and then it's gonna end up at exactly 39. 39.000.
Yeah,
and it'll be worth by being on the money. So that's the advantage, with this, with Trade the Pool, because you can get in with the shares, and you can do the, you can get those large gains, but you're not battling Theta and you're not battling Vega. So
my arch nemesis.
many such cases, but of course there are there is that restriction on holding over earnings, which is sensible. So that's where you can take your payouts and you can then buy options with them if you want to do that, or even sell options if you want to get brave. So there's a lot of strategies. As a reminder, folks, we do have a periodic discussion on that in our Discord, where we talk about Trade the Pool for derivatives traders. So if you're coming to Trade the Pool from trading options, futures, anything like that, or if you want to talk about how to use them in conjunction, that is something that we discuss as well. Hey, are you seeing? I'm not seeing the comments updating. So either we're not getting comments, or mine's just not updating. So apologies if there's.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything.
That's fine. Mitch is the one bringing the energy anyway. So
I've been bringing much topics of discussion here. Sorry, I'm up here.
Let me go back to play though, because it was kind of interesting. So yeah, I might as well. It's down here. I might as well actually get in here in my Trade the Pool.
We got one, Tim. Thank you, future billionaire. Now we know that it's not a tech issue and we're just boring. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, Matt. Future billionaire. You want to come on as a guest? You can help us liven it up.
Well, we know it's not quite S tier content, but next week we'll be firing on all cylinders there.
Oh yeah. So GME though, I think if it's gonna catch, it's gonna be here. So I am gonna put in a buy. So going back to the decor thing, I will share one thing also that I think would be exciting. So so I've also got, this just came, my Moo neck pillow. I finally got enough points. I wanted the little plush cushion guy just to sit there and hang out, but that's actually like if I'm sitting back, if I'm playing games, or if I'm trading from back in the chair, I need to get that set up so I can do it. Then it's pretty nice. But at Target they had a little like ornament, like a cherry thing. So I got that too. I'm gonna put it up in memory of, like, I used to be heavy on using Tastyworks. I don't trade with that as much anymore, obviously, because do a lot in trade the pool, and then I'd set it up again. I like them, but yeah. So I want to have just sort of mementos from all the different things. So I need a feather of some kind for Robinhood, but yeah, we need a plushie. I think we need to have a mascot and a plushie for trade the pool. I think that
like IKEA has the shark.
Mhm.
You guys could rock something.
Yeah. What kind of animal? Let's do.
I'm sorry. You're a Sosnoff fan, Mr. Tastyworks. That's
I think he has interesting ideas. I find myself wanting to argue with him half the time that I hear and make a comment. So because
that's exactly how I would put it, man.
But I wonder how much he believes like his opinions he's putting out there, or if he's just putting it out there to make a strong kind of stance, to get viewership, because it's all about engagement, right?
Yeah. He's got a brand,
Yep. So
no, but his info, his educational stuff, quite good for
and I think that and again, going back to that topic, right, of looking at the market and realizing where, because he focuses on selling premium, right? So watching that and then becoming familiar with that and can give insight into like, the market makers or the big institutional players and where, again, those magnets and like it's a magnet either way, depending whether it's pushing or pulling. But
right. It's all magnets, brother.
How did they work?
Yeah, don't ask me. It's Dell
bouncing. Yeah, all right. You saw first.
Take a look. So
I forgot that I keep forgetting they're publicly traded. Like I never think about Dell, but I guess they're still there.
So Dell, it's not a good look. I gotta say, I see 118 as a really big volume profile area. I would expect it to try to catch there. There's also a daily volume down to 116. Yeah, let's see. So we have this little, sorry, my chart's chaos here. Essentially, I can't highlight. I'm sad. Okay, there's a little gap here, and it's right about 116. That's an area I'd watch. There's also this, big ol' shelf here at 118. That's an area where I would expect at least some bounce. It's not a good look to puke this 200 moving average, especially a rising 200 moving average. Like that should be seeing more buyers underneath it. Maybe it can put in a tall wick today and try. Right now it looks like it's filling in this imbalance right here. Yeah.
Look,
I don't know. I don't love it, I gotta say.
I'm convinced Dollar Tree is setting up for something big. It's down. Below 100. It's below 80. Yeah, it's below 75. And I think that there's no way that we do that. Hey guys, poll. I don't know if I can put a poll in the comments here, but what animal or what mascot should Trade the Pool have? If Trade the Pool, we're gonna have a mascot.
Yeah, future billionaire. I don't usually trade with all of that. I set up a new template here, so it wasn't like 5 or 6 different charts on my screen, and it just dumped all of my indicators on. Usually I have like 1 or 2 at a time. So it's just a confetti puke here. That's let me tighten it up here for you.
Cool. In the meantime, I'll switch back over here. So yeah, Dollar Tree, I'm convincing is. In fact, I would love your. Hey Valerie, I would love your take on Dollar Tree, because I notice if I go, let's see, just on like the next screen. Oh, look at dollar stores. Why are dollar stores suddenly ripping? What happened? Did we get some data at 10? Was there? Did we get like some kind of retail numbers or something? We just actually had our discussion in our Monday. We have Monday lunchtime discussions too, kind of going over the trading journey on Discord. We talk about kind of different topics that all traders should know. Thanks again to Miggy for kicking those around with us originally. And yeah, we were talking about the market calendar, watching out for events and stuff. tomorrow, as a reminder, we have CPI, and Thursday we have PPI. Next Wednesday we have FOMC day, so that'll be exciting. We'll do the JPOW tie-color bet again. But yeah, I wonder what. Go ahead and you want to take a look at this and see. I'm very curious why all of a sudden, and I don't have Costco on my list. I should put it on my main list, but. We had retail sales at 8:30. Nothing at let me add more. Oh, I don't even have filters on. That's next week. Hold on.
Yeah, future billionaire. This is usually my setup here. 2 indicators, one for different triggers for different time frames, and then basically an ATR or a cam pivot based thing for targeting exits. Nice and simple. But sometimes you gotta have the confetti everywhere, you know.
Speaking of confetti, I was convinced Robinhood was making a breakout this morning, and not so much.
What's it up to?
Well, it's back down
right
below. It's back down right below 40. So
it's a high volume candle right here. If it can hold that low.
Yeah, no, Costco. Whoa, Costco has like no trades. Is there like nothing going on in Costco? This is crazy. Well, I've got it on 3-minute candles on TradingView here. It has like, it's a very limited segment here. It's like,
yeah, no, it trades pretty sparsely. You know, there'll be periods where it doesn't trade anything for a minute or two.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty stressful to be in options because of that. You're like, I see the spread widening.
I mean, I remember I was in options.
Up or down 20%.
Let me see if I can get a sense of when I was. Whoa. Yeah, look at this thing. It's been on a. I mean, yeah, it was like sub 400, maybe even sub 300 when I was playing options on it, and it was still kind of large moves. But all right, folks, we're getting close to the wire here, but I don't know. You have any take on these? Yeah, Costco looks could be sort of a messy rising triangle, but what's your take on Dollar Tree and Dollar General? I'm curious what happened today, because it doesn't seem to be like Target and Walmart doing their own thing. Costco's bullish, but not strongly, and Dollar Tree and Dollar General. Did something happen with tariffs? Hold on, let me look for where's my Donald Trump rants feed.
I don't know. Looks like it just back tested a pretty key support level and responded positively. So,
well, the latest thing from him, at least via Telegram, was just after midnight. But it was just him saying, it was a pleasure to have dinner with Justin Trudeau. I look forward to continuing our in-depth talks on tariffs and trade. So now he's signaling some softening, I think. So maybe something more came out. Sadly, I don't have a Truth Social account, so I'm missing out on the.
Looks like it could be trying to put in a nice. I mean, it's basically got a mitigation blocker, you know, a cup, so to speak. As long as it holds the 50% of the right wall, which it definitely did. So that 69 area looks to me like it's probably good for a push up to the 80s.
Yeah, and speaking of. DJT actually just suddenly popped above the 200 EMA here, and
oh wow, that looks good.
I wonder if there, but a little volume just came in too. I wonder if you put something out. I wonder if there's some news.
I mean, the chart's been cooking for a couple weeks now. I think it's just ready, you know. Maybe though.
How's my Rumble doing? Rumble was looking nice yesterday, and all of a sudden it just rejected like hard. Colgate now going to Colgate and Dollar Tree look very, very similar. Which one is the one that's more or less exposed to currency risk? Colgate or Palmolive? I remember that's kind of the big difference between the two.
I thought Colgate was Palmolive. I do not know, my friend.
Oh, Procter and Gamble.
Also not sure.
So, okay. Anyway, yeah, Colgate is also looking good there. Cool. All right, folks. Well, here we go. If you wanted to trade 2 stocks out of these 3, which would you remove out of Micron, AMD, or NVIDIA?
I would trade NVIDIA and AMD because Micron won't do a gosh darn thing. It's just sitting there. I would trade NVIDIA up and AMD down.
Yeah.
I like the liquidity. I like the ATR.
Speaking of MU, wow, what is it? It's just kind of semis in general doing this, or
it's just vibing,
Oh,
bro.
wow.
You know, it's just doing his own thing. It's hanging out.
RIP my arm calls. I should be shorting this and trade the pool, which I may get over to here, but I'm not going to chase. So there we go. All right, folks. I think we'll kind of wrap it up there. Thank you all for hanging out with us still. And next week I'm sure it'll be more vibing. Tomorrow, Mitch will be back bright and early as always. As a reminder, we don't have the pre-show on Tuesdays, so it starts at 9. But Monday through Thursday, 9 through 11, and every day except Tuesday. Out of those, we start with the playbook and the sunrise report right at 8:30. So make sure to subscribe and be ready for when that comes on tomorrow morning. Any parting thoughts, Steve?
You're all beautiful people. Sorry about the coughing.
All right. Cool. All right, everybody. To quote our great cat leader, cheers, everyone. Oh, let me do the outro here. I learned how to do this last time. All right. See you tomorrow, everybody.